the fact that we're able to do a show with 4 women and be somewhat well received, I think really speaks to the fact that our fan base really supports diversity and supports women in football. Hayden Hurst, the tight end. First of all, I like him because he's a ginger. Second of all, I like him because he's all about mental health. That's what every team needs, is a ginger and somebody who's all about mental health.
I loved everything Urban Meyer. It made me feel better about everything. I'm his biggest fangirl right now. I would give him a lap dance if I could.
Gives a new meaning to the term steak hooker, I guess.
The what?
Gives a new meaning to the term steak hooker. You never heard of a steak hooker?
Who they say gon' beat the Bengals? Who they say gon' beat the Bengals?
Hooday, everybody. Welcome to Tigress Talk. We are the first and the only Bengals show created by women. I'm Jess, a.k.a. Hubei, and I am joined by the lovely Bengals Whitney, holding it down in Florida for all us, all the Bengals fans down in Florida, and Kayla from across the river in Northern Kentucky. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me tonight. Thank you, chat, everybody that's here watching live. We've got Yash is here. It says, Hooday from London. Imagine having 12 men on the field for every snap and still losing. 4420 says, Hooday, stranger. Greg Luther's here, says, Hooday, ladies, Hooday, Greg. And Mary's here. She says, Hooday, ladies, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Mary. Thanks so much for being here. Crypt is here. Hello, Crypt. He says, hello, ladies of the Hooday. Yeah, she says, try to sneak a steak hooker in there. Sarah says, Hooday, ladies, happy to see y'all and happy spirits. Yes, it is a happy time to be a Bengals fan. Whoa, how about that game on Sunday, though? That was a little stressful, that first half, I thought. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I was really thankful for the halftime adjustments and Louie and Arumo always figuring it out by the second half. But yeah, I was a little stressed. I ended up watching the second half of the game laying on the floor, afraid to move because I didn't want to jinx it. So
yeah, I mean, the offense started out a little shaky, 3 and out. That was the whole first quarter I actually listened to on the radio. So I didn't actually see what was going on, but I was listening to it on the radio on my way home from work. 3 and out. But then that Chrisman showing off his leg right there after the first series there, got a great punt. That was awesome. They muffed the return. That was awesome. And then they kind of, I can't remember if they went 3 and out, but they didn't do anything with that drive. And then we got a field goal, and then they got a field goal. And then, I felt like the defense had, I think Zach called it a lack of communication. There were some third downs, and there was a lot of suspicious refereeing that we will get into later on. But there were, I don't feel they weren't great on third down, and it was kind of tough. I felt like the tackling could have been better, but came out in the second half and lose second half time adjustments. We trust, and they had a great second half. I mean, I think they went 3 and out. I think their first I don't even know. I don't think they got a first down until they scored like in garbage time. But and then the offense came out swinging too, and it was just, I feel like when Joe Burrow catches fire, he is on fire. And there were so many great guys stepping up. I mean, Trent Irwin.
Come on.
Everyone's been talking about him, which is great. I thought Tyler Boyd had a couple good catches. I saw for sure the one was huge. T. Higgins had an amazing day.
My gosh.
I mean, Samaje Perine, I think they said he was the first running back in Bengals history to have 3 receiving touchdowns in a game. I mean, it's just incredible. So I think that might be wrong. I don't know. I thought that's what they said. But anyway, yeah, they really couldn't do anything in the second half because of our defense. And then
talk about Joe Burrow catching fire. What about that moment that they showed after the game of him on the sidelines dropping the F-bomb and dude, I was so hyped. That's when I love Joe Burrow most, is those moments right there.
I've watched that video 30 times.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
If I knew how to make that video my ringtone for everything, my notification tone for everything, I 100% would.
Yeah. That would be amazing. Dale's here. Hey, Dale. He says, We got the big dogs. What do you say? Stunning as always, lady. Happy holidays. I like, as soon as I clicked on it, it changed. So yeah, says give Joe a clean pocket. He's unstoppable. Absolutely. I think his stats are really great from a clean pocket. Matthew's here. Hello, Matthew. He says Who Day. Hashtag Who Day. Yeah. So did he say like he was like
let's
like,
effing go.
Go
Yeah.
on, but it was after Samaje's touchdown as well? Did he say that as I think he was like did he say that then? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He yelled, "We the big dogs," though.
I know.
I love when he does it like at the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, he's not even hyping up his own guys.
Nobody. But Cap says, yeah, great to see Travion making plays in the return game, special teams carrying the rock. Yeah. I think we all know that Travion has a special place in me and Cap's heart. So I always love seeing him do well. Yeah. Travion and Drew put our special teams in top 10. Yeah. I think that they had a great day. I mean, Money Mac had a great day.
Yeah.
Y'all, like, come on. I mean, it was just everything. I felt like, and especially in the second half, I really feel like everything just sort of clicked. The first half was like weird, fluky things kept happening, just like bizarro things. And then in the second half, it just kind of all came together. And I feel good about where this team's headed right now for sure. I mean, I felt good about it before, but to see, to compare week 1 to week 11, especially with how the line played, how Joe Burrow played. I mean, they could not be more different. So it's such a great, and honestly, we should have won that game too. So I hate even that as a loss against us because we could have won that game with an extra point. So it's very, very heartbreaking for all of us. But to see how they played in that game and then see how they played in this game, I think just really shows the growth that we've done over this season so far. And I'm super excited for the future. So.
Yeah. I've kind of like nicknamed that game the replacements, like the replacement game, just because how Drew Chrisman stepped up. And then you've got Samaje, 3 touchdowns. You got Trent Irwin, his first touchdown in the league and getting his first ever game ball. And it's so cool when that happens.
I really feel like our depth was tested and they came out on top. Like they aced the test, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. Even Cam Taylor-Britt, great game, so.
Yeah. He had some big tackles. He looked like he's going to be a star for sure. So.
And we're getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah.
These next couple games are going to be tough, but I feel extremely ready and excited. So
yeah. Oh, Jules is here. Hi, Jules. You're the best, Jules. Stranger 4420 Irwin earned my vote for a wide receiver 4. Yeah, I think a lot of people's eyes were open to him after that game. That was a really great day for him. And then to hear about all the intangibles in the locker room, how he's always there practicing and he's coaching kids leagues and all the cool things that he's done. So.
And did you see Hilton get all hype on the sideline when he had his touchdown? He's like, nobody deserves it more. Like, he was so excited.
I cannot wait to hear his mic'd up. I am so excited for that.
I know. I'm going to probably watch it 30 times.
Yeah, same. Because, I mean, seriously, like, think about how much we all hate the Steelers. It's a lot, right? Okay. We never had to play for them. He actually had to play for them. So I feel like nobody hates the Steelers more than somebody who knows the Steelers, like Mike Hilton knows the Steelers. So, that's just my own personal bias there.
Yeah.
I always yell Goldilocks when I see Trent Irwin complete a catch on the field. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I identify him right away because I always am terrible at knowing people's numbers, but I see those little blonde locks falling out of his helmet. I'm like, Goldilocks, that one.
My favorite nickname for him is the Crocodile Hunter. I just never get over that.
I have not heard that.
Seeing
now
that.
I love it.
Yeah, everybody was quick with that one on Twitter. Greg says, Kayla, let's see if you can answer this question right because Jess and especially Whitney failed this question. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I mean, I guess, but it's not like one of my top favorite Christmas movies, to be honest.
See, that's fair. I feel like people are like, I think it was Matt's argument was Die Hard wasn't a Christmas movie because he didn't want to watch it with his family. I was like, there can be Christmas movies you don't watch with your family. Have you ever seen Bad Santa? Hello. I would not watch that with anyone's family. Like, so anyway.
Well, you know what else? Like, I love Bad Moms Christmas. Like, that's one of my favorites. I don't think some kids should probably watch that.
Jules says, yes, it's a Christmas movie. Elf is elite, though. I have to agree. I love Elf.
I love Elf.
Definitely one of my favorites. I feel like I am maybe part elf somewhere.
Will Ferrell is so good in that movie. I wish that he had an Oscar for it, to be honest.
Yeah, and I love Jon Favreau, so yeah, I feel like everything he touches is great. But, okay, well, thanks for the aside, Greg. We got to do our Luther vision for Greg since he's here. He's graced us with his presence. Thank you so much, Greg. I honestly thought that you were mad at me about the Die Hard thing, and that's why you haven't been here. And you said you weren't going to be here tonight, but here you are. So thanks for being here. But we'll do our Luther vision. Okay. All right. Hopefully one of those
it feels so awkward after
it does.
half a second.
I would almost say that like the action ones are better, but half the time I'm like,
yeah.
Like the whole last episode, I was so lost trying to figure out how to do, like, I swear to God, it changed. Like the way I was doing it before the show and the way I was doing it during the show were two completely different ways. And I'm literally like trying to figure it out, like panicking, like the whole time. So anyway. Okay, let's get into the bombshell breakdown this week.
Hey y'all, this is Kayla Caskey back with this week's edition of Bombshell Breakdown, and today we're going to talk about 4 little simple plays about how the Bengals got touchdowns and just made great plays throughout the game. So let's get started. This first play here has Mr. Joe Mixon set up. Let me get y'all there. Okay, so this is Joe down here on the bottom. And what's different about this is Joe's actually set up as a receiver. So running backs typically, he's going to run like a little wrap route right here. And running backs typically don't run those kind of routes. But look at here what Joe did. He ran this little wrap and was able to catch the ball and got some good yardage on this. So there's his little wrap route and got some great yardage. And he almost got a touchdown if he could have broke that tackle. Okay, y'all, so this is back to the little P-Run screen here. But remember last week we talked about the sidewalks? That's where the running back's trying to get to the sidewalk to get down the field here. But take note on number 67 right here. So he's here. And he also has some guys to block because Burrow is trying to sell the pass to open up the screen option. And so we'll kind of watch it play here. So he's selling the pass, and this is P. Ryan going through here, which is bringing, the defenders, and then opens him up. And look, the sidewalk is fairly open for the most part. Now let's keep an eye. Remember 67? I told y'all to watch. He was way over here. And that's a big boy. Let's watch him. All right, so the sidewalk's open. Here we go. Whoop, I'm going to clear it for y'all. But look at number 67 getting that block in for P. Ryan to score. Okay, y'all, this is another P-Run touchdown here, and we are going to be watching how this is our tight end, and this is the middle linebacker. Well, this middle linebacker is covering the running back, and Pittsburgh is kind of playing the brackets coverage. Remember, we talked about brackets, but the running back is kind of man-to-man. So let's kind of watch us get going here, but what's going to happen is the tight end, when he's running his route, actually picks off the middle linebacker trying to go after the running back, which leaves P. Ryan open for the pass here. So let's kind of watch it go. Watching him and him. All right, so when he's crossing here, he's accidentally picking him off while he's just trying to run his route. But then he can't get over here, which sets it up for a touchdown. Let's go back. I'll kind of show you the brackets here too. You could kind of see 2 were on him. 2, this guy was kind of covering the middle, but when he saw the ball coming over, and then brackets there. But what I had to ask Coach Caskey was, why didn't Burrow throw it to him for a touchdown? He was wide open. But Coach had to point out to me that he was more so wide open after the ball. So there he is, and the ball's already left his hand. But I was like, well, why didn't he just throw the ball right here? But what Coach Caskey told me was this guy would have covered him up. So, okay, y'all, so here we go. We're going to watch Trenton Irwin's touchdown here. But what we're going to take note of, and we talked about this before, is these little receivers here are going to run a little pick route to try to pick these defensive players off, but Pittsburgh doesn't fall for it, and this guy's just going to take the guy on the inside, and this guy's going to take the guy on the outside. But it still opens up Trenton Irwin for it to be man-on-man coverage, and then he ultimately just beats his defender for a touchdown. Okay, so we can watch it again real quick. So you can see the cross route. They try to pick the defensive players off, but they stick with their proper guys. But we still got the touchdown out of it, so it worked. So here we go. You never know. Trenton Irwin was brought up from the practice squad this week, a 7th round. Not a 7th round, but it was like far on the depth chart. Wasn't even on the squad, just on the practice squad. But here he goes. He's up on the active roster this week and actually made a touchdown for us. So there you go. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's edition of Bombshell Breakdown, where we looked at a couple of players that were in different positions, but still made some scores for us. Have a great week, y'all.
All right. Another amazing explanation by our resident film expert, our bombshell, NFL bombshell, Kayla Caskey. So yes, I agree. Those were amazing plays. I love how she said, like, why didn't he throw it to this guy? Because I feel like a lot of us have those questions during the game, like, why didn't they just do that? Or why didn't they just do that? And it's like, it's so easy after the fact to say, like, well, he should have done this or should have done that. So I really appreciate having the coach's perspective where they can say, like, no, because this guy would have came back. He was already going that way. And he only changed directions because he saw the ball coming out that way. So I adore her breakdowns. I hope you guys are enjoying them as well. So thank you so much to Kayla and to Kyle. And they were having a lot of technical difficulties this week, y'all. So that's why it was a little echoey. The sound was a little off. So he apologized to me for that. So hopefully I thought it sounded, I mean, it was a little echoey, but I thought it sounded, you could hear what she was saying. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I just want to give a cheers really quick to Jules because she just burned her tongue on hot chocolate, and that's what I'm drinking tonight is hot chocolate.
Yay!
Yeah.
Cheers to Jules and hot chocolate.
Yes. 'Tis the season, guys.
For sure. Okay, well, let's get into some of our viewer questions from this week. Right. Thank you so much to everybody who submitted questions via Twitter. We appreciate all your interaction on there. And let me see if I can find it here so I can pull them up so I can read them for you here. Craig says, for me, the play of the game was when the Bengals were backed up in the end zone and Burrow threw that huge pass to Boyd, which pretty much broke the Pittsburgh defense apart after that. Yes. And I was so excited for Tyler Boyd on that catch because I felt like that was his big, like he was due for that big play.
Yeah.
It finally came his way and he got it and it was amazing. And that was great. So that was an awesome play, Greg. I agree. Okay, let's see. Questions from Twitter. Mary Raps asks, the Bengals' remaining schedule is tough. What matchup do you think will battle test us the most? What do you guys think?
It's hard not to say the Chiefs. I know we beat them twice in a month last year, but that one's looming pretty large. I still think we can go toe-to-toe with them and win, but that one.
I think they're looking for revenge, too. That's why they scare me just a little bit. I'm not really scared because I think we can beat anybody. I think we can win the Super Bowl, but I do think they're going to be playing with a little something extra after getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
They've had us circled for a whole season, and it's difficult to beat someone 3 times in a row. It just is. A good team, at least.
Yeah.
True. Honestly, is it stupid that I'm kind of like nervous about the Browns? Not nervous.
That's what I was going to say, Jess. Yes. No, it's not.
It's so stupid, but I hate them so much. And like, I want to beat them so bad. But at the same time, I'm like, does it really matter if we beat them? No, not really. I mean, we could lose to them twice every year and still win the division. It's not like a huge deal, but I still kind of want to. But I agree with Mary. A lot of these games are going to be tough. I think Tennessee is going to be tough. I think a lot of these games are going to be tough. So, but I think our guys.
I'll agree with Yash.
Now, though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I was just saying I'll agree with Yash and take the Ravens game because that's, I think, going to be like such a big deal with our record in the AFC. That could be huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it could. Yeah, that's true. Matthew says Bills. Yeah, that's going to be hard. They're all going to be tough, honestly. There's no gimmies down the stretch, I don't think. I think this was our last crappy opponent that we had. The Steelers were the last one. So,
yep.
All right. Thanks, Mary, for that question. I appreciate you. Christian says, serious question. Does Trenton Irwin get signed to the active roster and become wide receiver 4 the rest of the year? Or do you think it'll be a committee again when Chase comes back?
I mean, he could be wide receiver 4. Why not? I mean, he balled out.
Honestly. I feel like he's put the work in. The guys have seen what he can do. They've seen his dedication. So I say, why not?
I mean, who's more solid than him?
Yeah.
Who's more reliable? Who's more dynamic? Obviously, he's beloved in the locker room and he has a tremendous work ethic. I think he's more than earned wide receiver 4 when Chase comes back. Give him the job. I endorse it.
Yeah.
Like, as if that matters.
What do you think, Kayla?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Stanley Morgan contributes a lot in special teams, and he's been good in clutch moments too in the past. But yeah, I mean, I think he's good. It's next man up, and he showed that he's the one. So
yeah,
yeah,
he manned up.
And then Christian's fun question is, what dish are you most looking forward to on Thanksgiving?
Good one.
The pie. I like the pies the best. That's always my favorite.
Yeah, dessert's good.
Yeah, I'm making a butterscotch lush for dessert instead of like pumpkin pie, and I'm quite excited about it.
That sounds hilarious. Or I mean, delicious. I don't know why.
I'm like, what's so funny about it, Jess?
That sounds delicious. Said the wrong thing.
That dessert is hilarious.
Maybe hilarious too. I don't know. All right, Mr. Meow didn't have a question. He had a comment, and it was the Steelers. So thank you for that, Mr. Meow. Greg Luther. Oh wait, his is a conspiracy theory. I'm gonna save his for the next segment. And then Matthew Zimmerman says, Steelers are crying to their mamas all day and using Cincy James Steelers toilet paper to wipe their tears.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, thank you guys all so much again for your questions submitted via Twitter. Let's get into some conspiracy theories. All right, this week we've got conspiracy theories from Greg and Eric. They kind of shared the same, and I have a few of my own. So Greg says, conspiracy theory question, were the refs most of the game secretly Pittsburgh fans in the stands?
Yeah.
I think possibly, yes.
I mean, that's a better explanation than just assuming they're all awful.
Incompetent.
Yeah.
The worst at their jobs ever.
Yeah. And then Eric says, Greg's on my brainwave. I'll take it one step further. Proof that there's an Illuminati and the Steelers owners are part of it. Refs are afraid to call actual penalties against them and find ghost penalties against their opponents. All right, Eric.
Illuminati confirmed.
He got the Illuminati involved in everything.
Yes.
Really,
I do feel like they kind of got their act together in the second half. Don't you guys think? And I think they maybe read my tweet, but I felt like the second half was a little bit better. Maybe. I don't know.
That first half was awful, though. I can't hardly think of anything else other than how mad I was.
Yeah, It was absolutely ridiculous. Yes, that was annoying.
And I feel like as a Bengals fan, or as a football fan, I have to preface every time I go on one of those like curse-fueled rants during the games like that like it's not because I'm a Bengals fan. This is not about bias. Like I have to say that first, but then I start railing on them. But it was that bad, guys. I mean, it felt so painfully obvious.
Oh, the late hit on Burrow, I was so mad.
Yeah. Greg says Curse got held clearly. And the Bengals get called for holding when the ball wasn't even catchable. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. It was absolutely ridiculous. And then that the late hit on Burrow where he was like already down and the guy comes in late. And it's just, yeah, there was a lot of things. Pam says, yep, that's what she does.
Yeah.
But I agree though. Nobody wants the refs to influence these games. It's just
No.
ridiculous. It's not fun. You want these guys to be able to play within the rules fairly and not have the refs just make up stuff and see some stuff and not see other stuff. And it's just it makes the games not as much fun in my opinion when their refs get in on it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like people did not come to the game to watch the refs. Like this is not, you guys are not the main feature of the show. You're there to keep it clean. You're there to keep it.
Nobody wants to hear you talk.
But that's it. Like stop going so bananas, and especially just against one team. Like after a while, it gets super sketchy, dude. Like it gets shady.
Yeah, Haas says flags on third down. Yeah, that's why I feel like our defense was struggling, but also the flags on third downs were keeping all their drives alive, making them look like a way better offense than they actually are. So Eric says nobody is that bad at their jobs. It's a choice. I think you might be right. Matthew says, can we eject the refs? I wish. And Hilton got done. What? I don't know. Hand holding.
Got one for hand holding. Yeah. I saw
That's
that
ridiculous.
too.
Well, I'm going to stick with my conspiracy theory that I've had for a while and say that the white tiger, there's something powerful about the white tiger. And every time we're wearing white, there's white tiger involved, any white Bengal, it is very much, it's just a given. We're just going to win that game for sure.
And we're wearing white jerseys, white pants this next week, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's not the color rush, but yeah.
Still. I think there's still power. It's still white
tiger.
I agree. Yeah. And also, Whitney, I think maybe your Money Mac necklace might be lucky.
Oh yeah.
So I'm throwing that in there too.
I can promise you I'm going to keep wearing it until it's cursed. But right now it's got a perfect track record. So I'm excited.
Yep.
Shout out to that Etsy. Y'all make magic.
Yeah. Oh, Matt says, I got 60K for you type sketchy. Yeah, somebody paying those refs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you guys have any conspiracy theories this week?
No, but I'm just very excited that the Illuminati made it into this segment finally, because I feel like that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Just brought it home.
Finally, we're getting to the real stuff.
If I could give a game ball, I would give it to Eric for bringing
his Illuminati reference, and then he doubled down.
Guess what? You can give a game ball and consider that a given game ball, Eric.
There are no rules on the show, really.
There are no rules.
Okay. Well, thank you guys all so much for your submissions. Always good conspiracies to be found around here. But okay, well, let's get to Whitney's game balls.
Hot! Hey!
All right. So first game ball, I was listening to, did you guys see Teddy K being interviewed, and he was talking about how Samaje could be a guard. Did you see that?
No.
He said he has some of the best blocking in the league. Like, he's like, go back and watch some of the film. And then they were making fun of, like, maybe we should line him up at guard and give it a shot. And then they brought up Bolson's name for some reason. And he was saying, well, yeah, but did you see Bolson? He ran faster than so-and-so. And they were like, well, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try Bolson out at fullback and plug P. Ryan in at guard. And so between that and some of the praise I've heard of Bolson around the locker room, and then there was that P. Ryan touchdown where he came out and threw a block that made that possible.
We just saw it in the breakdown, yeah.
Yeah. And
running downfield like a gazelle.
Yeah, I know. Incoming fullback, guys. Let's give it to Cordell Bolson. You get a game ball, dude.
Very well deserved. And I must say, he is such a nice guy. Like, he is literally just the sweetest guy. Like, I was blown away by how, and very impressed by how sweet he was when we got to meet him. So he's very deserving of your game ball for sure.
Why is it that everybody, though, seriously on our team is just the most lovable, instantly likable
I think it's
person?
by design. I think it's
Yeah.
thanks to Zach and Duke and the powers that be. I think they purposely go after these guys. And it's like,
Yeah.
you can have the talent, sure, great. But if you're not a really great person character-wise, then we don't have anything for you.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's it, but that's our secret sauce. Don't let it get out around the league, but that's our secret sauce, and I just know it. Anyway, another guy that had a really great debut in the replacements game of the season, Drew Chrisman. Way to go. It's beginning to look a lot like Chrisman, Kayla.
Yes. Kayla is our resident psychic filling in for Jerry while she's on maternity leave.
Yeah, for sure. Special mention to Cam Taylor-Britt. Also, he had a really great game. But my last game ball, really, you just reminded me, Jess, goes to one of the newest Bengals fans out there, who is the coolest, in my opinion, because he was made to come into this world on Bengals Super Bowl. He entered this world on a Bengals bye week, and he came home just in time for his first Steelers matchup and got a dub week 1. So to Jerry's new bundle of joy, Archer.
Yay,
You get a game ball, buddy.
Yes, we're so glad Archer's finally home.
Yes.
So for sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, Whitney, for those.
Mhm.
I think it's time for some We Need to Talk. All right. We Need to Talk is sponsored by Brimminghorn Meadery. Code Tigress gets you 15% off 2 or more bottles of wine. Make sure you guys are checking them out. They are awesome. Guys, they are Bengals fans and they make delicious mead. So it's a win-win-win all around. So, all right, ladies, what do we need to talk about this week?
I need to talk about how Trenton Irwin was a child star and starred in a Velveeta commercial. In celebration of his touchdown. I think I sent you the link. Are we able to watch it?
Let me find out here.
It's
my
beautiful.
mind.
It's
beautiful.
Art. I love it.
Hold on.
This is exciting. I haven't seen this.
All right, let me see if this will work here.
He was so little too.
Little. Oh, never mind.
This is kind of a messy way to do this, but
this is great.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear it?
Little hair.
Vita and Rotel tomatoes and green chilies, chicken and pasta. It's so good.
Look at him.
That's good.
Man, that's good. He had a line and everything.
I know.
Velveeta and Rotel.
Man, that's good.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Little shining star. He should do that for his next touchdown celebration. Just like fling himself back through.
Oh my god,
good.
What if Velveeta comes back and like sponsors him again and like redoes that commercial, but it is
He reprises his role like Ralphie in the Christmas Story. He's the dad now in the Velveeta commercial. Like I could totally see that.
I love it.
I need it. Oh my god, Kayla, what a find. That's so cool.
So that's what we needed to talk about. That's what I bring to the table at this podcast.
Amazing.
I love it. Love it. Well, I would like to talk about when I was in the car on my way home from work, I was listening to the radio. I was listening to the pregame coverage on the radio, and Dan Horde was interviewing Joseph Osai. And I'm sure this aired somewhere else, like on his podcast or something, but I was listening to it on the Bengals pregame radio network. And it was just such a really great interview. Like I didn't even realize that Joseph Osai lived in Africa until he was 10 years old and came over here. Like I never would have even guessed that. So it was just really cool hearing from him about how he grew up and all this stuff. But then he said something that really, really interested me. And that was that when he was in college, he felt like there was this camaraderie in the locker room and there was camaraderie around teammates. And he said, not every league or not every team in this league is like that, but the Bengals are like that. And that's something that's really special to this Bengals team is that they have that collegiate type camaraderie that they play for each other. It's all like a common goal type of thing. And I just thought that was really, really special that he felt compelled to kind of point that out. And I thought that was really great. So I loved hearing from him, and I love that about this team. So I thought that was great.
That's so sweet.
That is so sweet. I've been excited about Bengals teams in the past. I've been equally in love with specific players of Bengals teams in the past. But as a collective unit, I've never loved a team more than our current team. Like,
agreed.
It's just a different level. It's so completely like it's every player. It's every coach. Like,
yeah.
It's front office love that I've never felt before, and admiration. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Top to bottom, front to back, just completely in love.
And I feel like the Bengals are like my children. Like I would defend them to the ends of the earth, even if they were like a serial killer serving time in jail. I would still be like, yeah, but you know what I mean? So I feel like I would defend any Bengals player from any time period. You know, I would. But this team, I agree, is special. This team, I feel like I'm not making huge stretches and leaps to you know justify why I love this team. I feel like this team is just easy to love. And it's funny because I was talking with one of my friends the other day, and her youngest sister is now a Bengals fan, and she's a Steelers fan because her husband's a Steelers fan, and I love her anyway. She's my only friend that's a Steelers. I only have one friend that's a Steelers fan, and that's because
all you can have. By
she
law.
married into it, and they're very nice people. But her youngest sister is a Bengals fan, and she's like, all like, oh, I can't believe she's a Bengals fan. And I'm like, young people are excited about this team. It's a fun team. It's a team that people want to root for. They've got a lot of young, good-looking, fun-loving guys that everybody just loves to see, and it's yeah. So I thought that was funny. She's like in her 20s, like she's super young. So
plus we're so cool. Like I feel like
dude,
this is
I know.
the coolest.
Like
this
not me personally.
Yeah. And you're so right. And then like, how is it? I find it so odd or like rare to find a bunch of guys that are that cool and have that much swagger, but there's no ego behind it.
Yeah.
Or selfishness behind it. There's no diva attitudes going on behind it. Usually you can't have one without the other. It's so uncommon, but so many of those guys have that same coolness factor and that swagger factor, but like no ego. All ball.
Yeah.
Ton of fun.
Rob says, I've not seen a better character roster than this one. Agreed. And I think, honestly, Whitney, I feel like, though, I think because it's so genuine, like they're so genuinely cool, like just from like a place deep down within themselves. What?
Yeah.
Like they can't help it.
Yeah. But it's like, if you're really confident in yourself, you don't care what anybody else is doing. You don't care about competing with other people because you know what you bring to the table. So if you know what you bring to the table and you're not worried about what anybody else is doing, of course you're going to love other people and lift other people up. Why wouldn't you? You know that what you're doing is special. You know that what they're doing is special. It's not the same. It's different. Everybody's got a role to play. And it's like, why wouldn't you want that for your teammates? And the people who are not that way, I think are very insecure. I think that they're hiding insecurity by acting that way, personally. But
yeah,
that's just from my own life experiences. I just feel like when you are truly confident in yourself, then you have no problem being a team player and lifting up those around you.
Yeah, right. I agree 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, oh God. It gets nauseating if I start really talking about it because I can just, every single player. I will often walk into my mom's room and like she's got interviews going on with some players. Like she devours way more Bengals content than the three of us combined. I can promise you. She'll confirm in the chat here in a second. Like she's hip to everything. And she'll tell me like, I just saw an interview with Trenton Irwin, or I just saw an interview with, you just name a player. And I love him so much to listen to this part of his story. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, I can't love this team more. It's going to start hurting physically or like become an obsession.
Gonna get a toothache. Yeah.
I
Sarah says,
know.
yes, the video of Boyd saying how they will win because of Joe proves what you're saying. They trust each other and they all have the same goal. No one is above them. Yes. And I love Tyler Boyd the most because I feel like he's been around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's seen what's out there. He's been through some things with this team. And I feel like now he's on this other side, like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for. And I love that for him. I love that has stuck it through and been such a good receiver in the slot for us. And just, he's just been incredible. So I appreciate Tyler Boyd so much.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to change up my we need to talk just a little bit because I know Kayla's going to mention it later in arts and crafts because I'm very excited about it. I'm glad we're going to talk about it. But I will say I was watching the game on Sunday and I thought, do we have a legitimate running game now? Like, there was a part of me that's like, ooh, is that a fluke? Because like the kind of game Mixon had before is not normal. Like that doesn't happen. When every star aligns and Mercury is not microwaving anymore, that shit can happen. But like it's not normal. So I was like, okay, is it a fluke? A little bit, but then we did it again with Stanley. And so if we have a legit running game, guys, for the rest of the season, I mean, to quote Joe Burrow, like it's hard to beat us at that point. Like who can beat us?
Yeah.
That was not a quote of Joe Burrow, by the way. He said something way cooler and a little bit different, but the sentiment's the same.
That was what we call a botched quote. I'm kidding.
Right.
No, he basically said that. Like, yeah, he basically said if we run like that, nobody can beat us. And I 100% agree. And I really hope that the running game will keep getting better and better each week. I hope that they'll be using the screen pass as an extension of the running game and keep really clicking on that. I think that is a really important part of this offense. So I hope that it will continue to grow and improve. And I think it absolutely can. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to Rob's point, he brought up run by committee. I'm not necessarily a run by committee fan or advocate by any means, but what I will say is with Stanley's performance this Sunday, I do hope we're smart enough and not so stubborn as to go with the hot hand, because sometimes again it's about what is the defense giving you. If they've got Mixon figured out somehow or tripped up, put Samaje in, or if Mixon is running hot like he does sometimes, don't take him out for anything, like I'm fine with the hot hand. A running game is so valuable right now.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like I've missed a lot of comments. Hold on, let me try and
There's
read
some
through
good
stuff.
comments.
Oh my
Before
gosh.
Mixon was ruled out with concussion, I mean, he started the game strong, I thought. I mean, it could have been,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it could have just been a good running day in general, and it could have been either of them, but good for Samaje. I was so happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love Samaje. It's so hard because I love all these running backs so much.
Yeah.
Like I love Joe Mixon so much. I love Samaje so much. I love Travion so much. I love them all so much. Chris Evans. I mean, literally, I want them all to be number one all the time. I realize that's not possible, but it's like I love them all so much. Like how lucky are we that we have such amazing depth at running back? I mean, our running back room is incredible. Matthew says, this is a Super Bowl winning team that leaves their ego at the door, works together in silence, and delivers out on the field. They bring the big fight. Absolutely. Yeah. And praying for Mixon, yes.
Yeah, of course.
We all knew there was a secret bet in the huddle, but was nice to hear him say what we were all thinking all game long. So, yeah. Yeah, Rob says, keep the running backs more fresh, lessens injury chances. Defenses have more to game plan for. Absolutely, yeah. I think there's merit to having them there. What'd you say, Whit?
Mm-hmm. Keep them guessing.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. Okay, well, looking ahead to next week, Miss Jerry is out again, but we will play her graphic because I like it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh my God. I freaked out because I almost clicked on the wrong one. All right. Miss Jerry usually has the answers, but she had a baby recently, so we're giving her a little break from probably the least most important thing in her life.
Cap should have updated that graphic to like Miss Jerry has the baby.
Yeah.
Like put across her answer.
That's a good idea.
Until
Maybe
she
next
comes
time
back.
we'll do that. That would be amazing. So what are you guys thinking for next week? I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think the Bengals have every chance of winning that game personally.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think they're a really good team. I think that Vrabel's a really good coach. Henry's a great running back, but I think we also have a really great coach and really great weapons, and I think it's going to be a battle, but I'm excited for it. I'm not scared. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited because I'm going. I can't wait to go.
Yay.
So I'm excited.
That's great. I'm just saying, thank God Reader's back. I mean, as good as everybody else did, like that's going to be huge for this game.
100%. And I feel like even though stats wise he wasn't super flashy on Sunday, I do think him being out there makes a huge difference. So I'm really, really, really happy he's back. He's definitely been my favorite defensive player this year, and I'm really, really happy that he's back. But
yeah.
Oh, you know what we didn't even talk about was the H boys. The Bengals social media team has dubbed Hendrickson and Hubbard the H boys, which people were like, "Don't ever say that again." But I like corny nicknames, so I'm all for it. But that they did have a great day on Sunday. I think Hendrickson really came out in that second half like a man possessed, and I love him for it. I think he just plays lights out, and it's just like it's so.
You never have to question if he left anything on the field.
Right.
It is 100% maximum effort every second he is touching a blade of grass on that field. Like it's insane.
Yes, 100%.
I've never seen anything like it. He can be so winded. You can tell like he is just like exhausted. You can see it on his face if they zoom in like in between plays, and it just doesn't matter. His mind over matter ability must be insane.
Yeah, he's got like another level he kicks it up to. So
yeah,
he's incredible. Sorry, I forgot to talk about that. I wanted to get that in there. Okay, well, it's early in the week yet, but let's look ahead with Kayla's injury report here.
All right. So we'll just get through these. As we know, there's no practice that have been released to us. So we kind of have a couple names to keep an eye on. Jamar Chase is off crutches. So who knows if he'll be back this week? Who knows if he'll be back next week? But it's a good sign and something to keep watching. We'll see if he practices at all. Mixon's in concussion protocol, as we all know. But he certainly looked good dancing after the game. So
it's very coordinated to me personally, but
hopefully he progresses through it and does all the necessary steps. But hopefully he's back on Sunday. For the Titans, it looks like Bud Dupree and Amani Hooker are likely going to be back. Their center is in concussion protocol, and then Randy Bullock, Christian Fulton, and Autry all have injuries, so we'll keep an eye on seeing if they practice this week.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, Randy was out against the Packers, I believe, when they played him, but their backup guy did a fine job, I thought. So, and God, Bud Dupree, ugh.
Yeah, like we haven't seen enough of him. Yeah.
Sarah? No. Yash says Autry's out.
He's out. Okay. Well, I did not see that.
Right.
If that's true,
on Tuesday, they ruled him out already.
Yeah, that'd be early.
Yeah.
I am excited for Jamar Chase. I think that his injury I think they were being very cautious with his injury. I think his injury is one that if they were in the middle of a playoff run, he probably could have played through it. Maybe not the greatest idea, but I think that they were being very cautious with him for good reason. So I'm excited for him to come back, but I only want him to come back if he's 100% ready. I mean, I realized that the crutches were totally just a safety precaution for him, and they just really wanted to keep him off of it as much as possible. The fact that he's not wearing crutches, I think, is a great sign, but or using crutches. You don't wear crutches. I guess you use crutches, but I think it's a great sign. I'm excited for him to come back, but he elevates everybody else when he's out there. So I appreciate him so much for that. So
yeah. I think the general consensus is for all of us is that we don't want to rush him back. And so I can't imagine the way this team has been handling injuries this season and last season, and then like handling this situation with Chase. If he comes back out there, though, I'll feel completely confident that he's fine, because they've been overly cautious, like you say, Jess, most of the time.
Yep.
So yeah.
And our offense honestly has been okay without him. I mean, obviously we miss him and he is great and changes our entire offense, but we've been scoring points. So I'm not super panic freaking out. I mostly just want him to get healthy for his own health and to help us down the stretch. But
right.
Yeah, I totally agree, Kayla. And that was one thing that people were using to like knock Joe Burrow, is saying that, oh, he's only good with Jamar or whatever. Well, he's totally proved that is not true at all. So I love that. Ooh, Chase with a question. What Thanksgiving game are you looking forward to the most? So just as a reminder, the Bills are playing the Lions, the Giants are playing the Cowboys, and the Patriots are playing the Vikings.
I don't care about any of those games like at all.
I'm interested in the ones that could impact the AFC picture. I will be very interested in pulling for the NFC in both of those.
Yeah, that's true.
But just for playoff implications, I don't really care as far as obviously like, ooh, that's an exciting storyline. It's mostly like, well, I want the Bengals to do better in the playoffs, so I would like these teams to maybe lose.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. That's true.
Yeah, I would love to see the Bills lose. I'm always looking to see the Bills lose. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, not sorry. We need them to lose. Giants Cowboys might be interesting. I feel like those are both teams that have surprised me this year.
Yeah, they're both good teams.
So that game against the Vikings, Cowboys, what? That was insane.
I know. I was like, wait, what? So yeah, they're playing a lot better than I thought they were going to, because I feel like you can't really trust people on Twitter. I know this is a hot take right now. You can't trust everyone on the internet, but I feel like their fans always are like, oh, Super Bowl. Every year is Super Bowl. Every year is a Super Bowl for the Cowboys. But I really feel like this year, like they're playing really well. So they're definitely one to watch this year. And then Patriots Vikings, I feel like that's going to be another very low scoring game. And I'm very upset that my two quarterbacks on my fantasy team are Patriots not Patriots, just Vikings. But they let me down big time last week. I'm just going to throw that out there. But anyway, not playing great. Although the Vikings really surprised me against the Cowboys, because they were playing okay up until that game, I thought.
They've got a good record. Haven't they only had like two or three losses? I don't know.
Two?
Off the top of my head, but
the Vikings?
Yeah.
The Vikings? Yeah, they were 8-1 going into this game. They were a damn good team.
Wow.
And got blown out like that.
Embarrassed. That's crazy.
It was shocking.
This has been a crazy season as far as
it has.
Any given Sunday. I know it's a cliche, but seriously, like, it's hard to win in this league. It's anybody's game. Anyway, the Lions could beat the Bills. Please, please, please.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, they don't have a terrible record either. I don't know.
And they play with they play with their hearts on their sleeve, and they can put up points. So
yeah,
could happen.
And their defense has been better, I think, the last couple weeks. Who knows? Anything could happen. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Anything. Rob Duncan says that pic of Trent Irwin hugging his game ball is effing everything. Yes, it was. That made me so happy. He loved it so much. He reminded me of like my little niece when she like hugs her little stuffed animal. Like she just like loves it so much. That's what it reminded me of, and I love it.
It was low key the cutest thing I've seen in a while.
Adorable. Adorable.
Do you guys notice when Mixon posted his live of them in the locker room? I know you brought him up during your injury report because he's on concussion protocol, but he was looking really good in the locker room kind of thing. But somebody posted the video that the Steelers did live when they went live after they beat us in week 1. And it was the same song and same dance and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They're trolling.
I love the petty stuff. I love it. Like,
Yeah, I didn't pick up on
that.
I didn't pick up on that right away. Kat pointed that out to me that they were doing the same like stupid whatever thing that they were doing, and it made me very happy because I'm all for the pettiness. I'm all for the trolling. I love it.
I just love that the guys, like, in a way that's not obnoxious or unhealthy or hard or like bad for the team, but like they collect that stuff. Like they're collecting receipts just like we do, and then they use them, and they it's just it adds a fun element to the whole thing, and it also goes back to what you guys are saying about these guys are just cool. Like that's just cool. Come on.
It's just
cool
fun
and fun. Yeah.
Totally.
I loved it.
All right. Well, what do we got for arts and crafts? Kayla, I know you got something for arts and crafts. What do you want to talk about today?
I sent you the link. It is thecincyhat.com. And mostly I want to ask y'all if I should get the orange or the black one. But it is Ted Karras has been promoting it. It's to help support adults with disabilities for housing and for resources, which is super important. I have a brother who has a disability. It's something very important to my heart and life. And so, yeah, I would encourage everybody to go there, get a hat, and also tell me which one to get because I'm torn.
Well, that's great. Yeah. And you know what? Ted Karras was wearing this hat in one of his interviews, and I think they like flew off the shelves after he wore one, and then they were all sold out. So they are in stock right now. So that's incredible. So make sure you get on that. I'm sure they'll sell out again. If they sold out once, they'll sell out again. But
yeah, they just dropped it 7:00 tonight.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
God,
so
that's
maybe
a
not
hard
for very
decision.
long.
I love orange because I have my orange borough jersey and I thought it would look cute with that. But then I was like, I really love the black one and how it looks with the white lining, and the orange just pops. And I think it would look good with my red hair. So I'm torn.
Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong, but I really love orange hats because I don't have very many, and I feel like they're more rare to find a really good orange hat. So I might, if you're only going to pick one, I would go with orange. But of course, I would probably get one of each because it's for a good cause, right? It's a donation. It's for a good cause. They're really cute. I like the font. I like little scratches on it.
Yeah. So cute.
It's so cute. It's almost minimal, and then it's got that like really cool font that I'm digging. I would
like
say
the piping on
I vote
it.
black. Yeah, I vote black, Kayla. That's my vote. But I might. Oh God. If I was picking one, I don't know either, Jess. Like, orange is really cool. I don't have an orange hat.
And it's so vibrant, which I love.
I know. That's what I'm really
it's
drawn
in your
to that
face
orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's like I'm orange and I'm not shy about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm proud to be orange, okay?
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
I have 2 black hats, so I have to get white or orange. I think I'll go orange.
Yeah, although I like the white too. I feel like white is hard to keep clean, but if you can rock a white hat, I think the whites are really cute too. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so what is it? thecincyhat.com. I will link it in the description. They also have a Twitter that I actually saw and an Instagram. So I saw that these hats were on sale today via their Instagram. But yeah, so thanks for bringing that up. That's amazing. Well, I got this new crop top from Blindside. It's got tigers on it. I'm really excited about it. I'm probably going to wear it in Nashville because, as we all know by this point, my Blindside crop tops are lucky, and it's going to be 58 degrees, I think, in Nashville. And so I might need a long sleeve crop top for Nashville. So I'm probably going to wear this on Sunday.
Perfect.
So act like it's the first time you saw it if you see me on Sunday.
Perfect.
They are undefeated. Them Blindside crop tops, undefeated. Perfect record.
Yep. Sorry. She like forgot how to climb up my arm. She's struggling. And Vivi. She came for arts and crafts.
Exactly. Always.
She wants to do some arts and crafts.
Does she do any paw art?
Yeah, there we go. Little paws. With her little grinchy paws.
Like, Mom.
I'm showing them my grinchy paws. I'm gonna lick your face.
Adorable.
All right. Whitney, got anything new you want to talk about?
No, I'm just waiting on all the stuff I ordered during bye week.
That's the worst part.
I know.
Tom Petty was right.
I'm gonna have a really happy mail day very soon, though. So.
That mail days are the best, though. I love it.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good Bengals mail day, like a haul like that, in months. So, like, I'm pretty stoked.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone that joined us live. Thank you, everyone that watches after the fact. We appreciate it all. Don't forget that beautiful Von Bell jersey could be yours. We are giving it away when we reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So please, if you're watching on Twitter, if you follow us on Twitter, please hop over to our YouTube and give us a subscribe on there. We would greatly appreciate it. And you could win an amazing game-worn, autographed Von Bell jersey with the patch on it. It's a really great jersey. We appreciate our dear friend Matt, Bengals and Bourbon, that gifted that to us and to give away. So thanks for that. And Pam says, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys that celebrate. And we will see you next week. Hoo day, everybody. Have a good one.
Hoo day.